Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tawny, and in today's video I wanted to give you guys an update on my jaw surgery Invisalign journey. I recently got my wisdom teeth removed, so I wanted to talk about all of those things. I mentioned a few months ago in a vlog, which people don't really watch, but I'll recap a little bit. I am planning to get jaw surgery in a few months from now. It's not scheduled yet. I'm still very much in the process, and to get jaw surgery, usually you have to be in braces or get some type of orthodontic treatment before the jaw surgery, like Invisalign, and that is what I decided to do. I basically had a bite where my teeth were exactly touching each other at the top and the bottom, and you're supposed to have your upper teeth a little bit in front of your bottom teeth so that they don't hit every single time you talk or eat and wear each other down and cause problems in the long run. People get jaw surgery for a lot of different reasons. You can have a severe overbite or an underbite, or like me, where it's kind of just one on top of each other. And it's something that I've been thinking about doing for a very long time. I actually got a consultation probably close to 10 years ago. I was in college and I really did not want to go through the whole procedure because it is pretty invasive. You do have to be on a liquid diet afterward. You're very swollen. Usually you have to get braces for the surgery and for a few months after, and have rubber bands kind of like wiring your mouth shut for a bit. So it's a pretty big ordeal, and I finally decided last year around fall time that I wanted to start and just get this whole process over with now that I don't have kids and I financially can afford this. That being said, this is a medical procedure, so knock on wood, haven't gone through all of the insurance approval stuff yet, but this should be covered by my medical insurance. It's not technically like a plastic surgery or anything like that, although it will change the way my face looks a little bit, hopefully for the better. But the main reason for the surgery is for the functionality, and people can have a bunch of different problems if their bite is not correctly positioned, like their jaw is not correctly positioned. All right, so that's why I'm getting this done, and I had to get either braces or Invisalign for a number of months beforehand to make my teeth perfectly straight, or as straight as possible, and kind of decompensate the bite that I had. So my bite, because of the braces that I had when I was younger, was kind of made to look like it was an edge-to-edge bite, so right on top of each other. But if they're perfectly straight, actually would have been a slight underbite. So that's the position that the orthodontist is trying to get my teeth into now, so that when we do the jaw surgery, they can match the jaw perfectly to like a perfect set of teeth, pretty much. So let's get into where I am in the process right now. So I finally got my Invisalign in January, the beginning, or actually the middle of January, and I've been using Invisalign since then until now, and I'm still using it. Now we are in the middle of July, so it's been about 6 months, and the Invisalign journey has been pretty easy. I can't really complain. It's not very noticeable. I do actually have buttons on all of my teeth, and what I mean by buttons are they're little clear attachments that the trays kind of hook onto to make sure that they can move your teeth a little bit more easily. But even with those, I feel like no one ever notices my Invisalign unless they themselves have or have ever had Invisalign. So I'm really happy with that. Now, if I were to finish out my Invisalign trays completely, I would probably have them until the end of the year. But I spoke with my oral surgeon and he spoke with my orthodontist. We're working on a compromise where I don't have to finish all of the trays out, and we can get the surgery hopefully in the fall of this year. I'm hoping for around October, although every time I go and talk to one of the doctors, the plan changes. So that's a big thing that I would recommend if you're getting into this process. Just know that things are not set in stone, and it will probably take a little bit longer than you expect it to take, which can be frustrating. But overall, I'm still glad that I decided to start this process because it is a long process. And for my teeth in particular, I am going to be having my jaw, my upper jaw only, moved forward a few millimeters. They haven't completely finalized the plan yet, but that's the tentative plan. I'll have to get another scan a few weeks before the scheduled procedure, just so they know 100% where my teeth are at that point. But that is the plan. And in order to do that, where they make the incisions, I believe, is where the wisdom teeth are and where like the roots are. So they like to remove the wisdom teeth before the surgery. It is possible to remove wisdom teeth during the surgery, but they prefer to do it in advance to have your mouth heal a little bit more. So I actually got my wisdom teeth removed on Thursday. Today is Sunday. So I'm technically on day 4, and I have had a really positive experience with my wisdom teeth removal. I know not everyone's situation is as easy as mine, but I've had my wisdom teeth in perfectly fine, all of them, for a long time, probably like a decade now. So they were fully erupted, they weren't infected. I only had to get my upper wisdom teeth removed because, again, they're only doing my upper jaw. And I asked them if it was necessary to do the lower teeth. They said it's not. It could be a problem down the line because if there aren't teeth above the bottom teeth, they could theoretically erupt even more and cause problems in the future. But I decided that if that is the case, I can always get my lower wisdom teeth removed in a year or 5 years or 10 years from now, or never, if they never actually cause me any problems. So the oral surgeons were fine with that plan, and I went ahead and got these removed. I was under IV sedation, which really was not that big of a deal after I was in it. I was a little nervous going into it, but I didn't feel a thing. I didn't remember a thing, and the whole process only took like 15 minutes because, again, they didn't have to break anything. They didn't have to give me stitches afterward. It was a pretty easy process, and as you can probably tell, I don't have much swelling. I can feel it ever so slightly when I like wash my face. I can feel a little bit of puffiness in my cheeks, but I don't think anyone else can notice it. And I was feeling pretty fine like immediately after the procedure. You're still under a little bit of anesthesia, and they do numb you even while you're under, so you don't have much sensation for a few hours after. But I took a couple hour nap afterward, and then when I woke up, I was pretty much back to normal. So I'm also still using my Invisalign. My oral surgeon cut the final wisdom teeth part of the Invisalign off so that I could easily take it on and off. And I'll just continue using the same trays going forward. It's been surprisingly easy, not painful to take in and out. It's not irritating my, the blood clots that form where the wisdom teeth are at all. So now I am just gonna continue healing my mouth, eating really soft foods, not drinking through straws, that kind of thing, to make sure that I don't get dry socket. That's the biggest thing after wisdom teeth removal. I was on some pain medication, but just over-the-counter Tylenol and Motrin, so nothing like hardcore. I wasn't given Oxy or anything like that, and honestly, I didn't really need it. I was just feeling a little bit of soreness and maybe a little bit of a headache here and there for the first couple of days, but today I really haven't felt much of anything, and as you can probably tell, I'm talking normally. So if you're gonna go through this process, just know it's not always as intense or as like much of a horror story as what you see online. I've seen some people just completely like blow up and have really traumatizing wisdom teeth removal experiences. For me, at least, it really has not been that bad. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of comfort knowing that. Now, the next step from here is I will be meeting with my orthodontist in about 4 weeks. That's when I finish this set of Invisalign trays that I have. I think it's about 16 or 17 trays that I will have completed at the end of those 4 weeks when I'm in the middle of August. I go to see him, and hopefully he will tell me that I am good to move on to the next step, which is braces in preparation for surgery. I'll have to do obviously another update to see if that actually comes to fruition, but that is the tentative plan, and hopefully at that point we can actually get the surgery scheduled sometime later this year and have that happen before the end of the year, so I can actually start healing before the end of the year. I would love to be somewhat healed by the time the holidays roll around. Probably not Thanksgiving, but you know, like Christmas, New Year's, that kind of thing. That would be ideal. So I'll let you guys know what happens at that point. But overall, I've had a pretty positive experience aside from just not knowing what's going to happen. I think that's been the hardest part, is not knowing an exact timeline of this is when I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed. Do I have to get wisdom teeth removed? This is when I'm getting the jaw surgery. I'm a little bit in limbo right now. I'm not planning any vacations for the next few months because I don't know exactly when I'm going to be getting the surgery, and the recovery process, like I said, is going to be pretty intense. I'll have my mouth kind of like rubber banded shut probably for a few weeks, and then I'll be on a liquid diet for a bit and then only soft foods. So there's still a bit of a journey ahead of us, but I'm pretty happy with where I am now and excited to see my orthodontist in a few weeks and see if I am ready for the next stage. And also just some things with Invisalign, because I haven't really updated you guys on my Invisalign progress that much and like things that I've been doing with the Invisalign. I highly recommend getting one of these like cleaning pods, the Sonic pods, where you just like put a little dental cleaner in and you use it once a day. I use it 3 times a day, but I only use the actual like tablet that sanitizes it once a day, and it's so convenient. It makes cleaning the retainers so much easier. The first retainer that I had, the first like Invisalign tray, I was scrubbing that thing after every single meal and it would get dirty every single meal. I think I was ending up actually like making little micro cuts in the tray that would trap bacteria, because it would get like white and gross looking every single time and it would take so long. But now that I have this ultrasonic cleaning device, it makes that process so much easier. I don't actually have to scrub the trays at all and they come out perfectly clean. So that's a big tip. Also, when I started, I was much more strict with the timing of the Invisalign, like making sure I only had them out for like half an hour, 40 minutes, 3 meals a day, that kind of thing. Now I'm definitely a bit more lax. I don't think you need to be that strict with it, but I do still wear it obviously like overnight and between my meals during the day. But if let's say I'm going out to happy hour and to dinner on the weekends, then I'll just take them out before I leave the house and put them back in, even if it's like 5 hours later. I don't do that every single day, so I'm definitely a little bit less strict than I was in the beginning, which makes it a lot less stressful. And I think you still see a lot of the benefits and like the movement. I haven't had any issues with my trays not fitting or not having like the movement that needed to happen. So I also was wondering going into it if you can drink liquids with Invisalign in, and I would say if they are not clear liquids necessarily, but if they don't have anything in them, like if you're gonna have a latte, that's fine. I do have lattes and things like that with my Invisalign in. I just kind of swish my teeth with water afterward, or eventually I'll like take them out and brush them properly. But I wouldn't drink like a smoothie with the Invisalign in, because the little particles, or like if it's a blueberry smoothie, the little skin from the blueberries can get stuck, and you don't want any food to actually get stuck underneath the Invisalign trays. So that's kind of what I've been doing. It's definitely reduced my snacking, but I haven't really noticed significant weight loss like I thought that I would going into it, which is fine. I just kind of like figured out how to get those calories, I guess, during the times when I did have the trays out. I was eating a little bit more. But overall, I do recommend Invisalign. I think it's very easy, and especially if you're a little bit older like me. I just turned 30 years old. I'm not excited about the prospect of getting braces again, even though I probably will, so that they don't have to put temporary anchor devices instead of braces to do the rubber bands, which I'm fine because it's a little bit less invasive. But I will have to get braces again. However, I'm happy that I was able to get Invisalign for like these 6 months, 7 months, however many months before actually being put into braces. It just made the transition a little bit easier. But I think I covered everything, all of the updates. If you have any questions, then please let me know in the comments down below. I'm excited to update you guys hopefully sooner rather than later. I know it's been a long time since I've given you guys an update on this whole process because I myself did not know what was going to happen. Things were up in the air every time I was going to see the orthodontist. It was different than what the surgeons were saying, and I really didn't have anything like locked down. I still don't have everything locked down, but I know a little bit more than I did a few months ago. So hopefully I'll be able to give you guys an update in about a month from now with an actual plan. Maybe I'll be getting braces soon after that, so we'll see. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below, and give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful at all. Anyway, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.